All right, so this is episode 11. Last call, Barsin was steadily doing 5k days. Let's see what has happened. I'm very excited to see what Barsin has been cooking up. It's currently the 9th of January 2020. And yeah, I'm excited for this episode.
Yeah, guys, super excited to see what happens in this episode.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, congrats. The day hasn't even finished.
Yeah, man. It's like 2 o'clock here. It's pretty sick. And actually, yesterday we hit 8k yesterday.
Dude, congratulations. Nearly 10k. Nearly that 5-figure day.
I'm still waiting for 50,000 a week.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are slowly getting there. This is freaking insane. So literally, if this was yesterday, so this was on the 8th of January, the last episode was on the 6th. So 2 days after that 5k day, Barsin's at 8.3 freaking k days. Do you remember this day? How did it feel? How does it feel looking back? Tell me about this freaking day, Barsin. 8.3k, man.
Yeah, I remember that day. That was like epic because like 8.3k in a day was a lot for me at the time. And it was like a big deal because like, as I said this before, literally 1 month ago, I was not even doing like 1k in a month. And all of a sudden I was doing 8k in a day. So that was crazy. That was like the peak for the store.
And then now we'll go over the PayPal issue. We really updated that because Barton's still going through paper hold, but he listened to what I said. He's constantly calling them up, constantly bugging to make sure that they stick to their word and stick to their deadline.
PayPal, they still have our money, but we've been in contact with them like 3-4 calls now. We've gotten they've had some issues on their fault, not a lot, like they didn't accept it. But then we called them. Most of the things have been complete now, and then we called them yesterday, and they just said you need to resend the ID, but instead of doing it through PayPal, send it to the specific email. And they gave us like this coded email, and then we sent that to them, and they said within 72 hours. So I believe by tomorrow it should be all good.
That's very good. Yeah, with PayPal you want to continuously get back to them instantly. Within they give you the next steps, get back to them. If they don't reply within the 24 hours, follow up, give them a call. You need to be on it continuously to really get the hold released as fast as possible. So how much is currently held in your PayPal?
And we've been doing that basically every day. We're on to it. Like it came to one stage where before the call yesterday, it took them like 4 days to get a reply back, like from the documents and stuff we sent in. But then finally they replied, and they just said it was the ID, which we did send yesterday again. So it should be fine.
That's good. Yeah, it's good that you're on it.
Yeah.
And how much is locked up in the PayPal at the moment?
PayPal is like, I think 28,000 now. And then there's also this other small situation where like a small portion of the money, like every 1 in 3, let's say orders from PayPal, they'll hold it. And then that's been like 8,000 of that. But then I've been keeping track with that. That's just you have to put the shipping details in, and one day after it gets shipped, they'll give the money back. But then the good thing is that ever since we called them yesterday, no more have been on hold. No more.
So all your monies are gone through now?
It's like it just hasn't been going on hold. So it's still just going to the account, but it's still limited. So I think by tomorrow it should be fine, and we'll get all back.
Perfect. And how's your sort of accounting and finances at the moment, given that you have like 28 grand held up in PayPal?
It's going fine. My mom's managing it well, and luckily like a lot of the orders are going through Stripe. So, and that's just been doing like really heavy payouts recently, so that's really good.
That's good. And have you guys been able to consistently pay off the credit cards with no issues and not let it hit the limit? What's your credit card limit at the moment?
Was to the Stripe, and I had some investment that I had bring it to the business since the PayPal has kept that one. So as soon as the PayPal pay, I will get that investment again out.
That's good. So right now things are tough and you're just waiting for the 28 grand to be released, correct?
Yeah. And basically yesterday our bank, they even blocked our card for like 2 hours, and I was like, we couldn't fulfill an order, and then what's this? So we quickly checked Facebook.
Yeah, that was a problem because it was charging constantly. Therefore, some point a bit suspected that what. Exactly.
But then we called them and got it back.
Yeah, and then we called them, then it's start again.
That's good, yeah. And then each time you call them, you want to let them know, be like, hey, any sort of AliExpress, anything that says AliExpress, anything that says Facebook, completely let it go through. Don't worry, it's not anything issue. Yeah. And then it makes sure that it doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
Yes, we did the same. I say I'm incoming transaction coming, so don't do anything. So the right on there.
And now let's jump into Facebook ads. So I'm very excited. Barsin's going into the CBO offspring strategy, and as you can see, a lot of these campaigns are just killing it. I'm excited to see as we dig into it and get an update on where Barsin's at.
I rarely launch many ad sets, but the only one I just launched today is we went over the CBO scaling last call. We said we'd give it like Thursday or Friday, so we get more data, which now is Thursday. We've got enough data. And I went ahead and created this new CBO, doubled the budget, took out the old ones, and added in some new ones that were doing good. And it's just in review still.
That's good.
Yeah, but today we want to do the VR also.
Oh yeah, we need to handle VR because the orders are getting like quite big now. It's really hard to keep up.
Well, basically, I'm sitting every day just fulfill. I have some other things to.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen any other guru talk about this, but I'm going to give Barsin the whole A to Z blueprint when it comes to hiring your first VA, because now I know that Barsin's at a point where VA is very crucial. So I go ahead and just give him the whole blueprint right here now.
Exactly. And it's super important that, like, as you can see in the scenario, I've already got 900 plus sales and I was still doing the fulfillment and emails by myself instead of having a VA. But it's really crucial to actually do this at first, because you need to master like emails and order fulfillment before you outsource it to someone, or else you can't tell whether they're doing a good job or a bad job.
The two places I highly recommend is one is Upwork, and the second one is onlinejobs.ph. But for your first VA, I think Upwork should do the job. Onlinejobs.ph, you have to pay like I think $50 to get access. But what happens is you get much more high quality VAs from the Philippines at a much cheaper price. So Online Jobs PH is actually very good. I think that's sort of where people don't go, and everyone's going on Upwork. Upwork is just much more expensive, much more people.
Yeah.
So now thinking about it, I recommend you sign up for onlinejobs.ph and pay the $50 and go ahead and create a job listing.
Yeah.
And then in your job listing, you just want to simply ask, hey, I'm looking for a VA, virtual assistant to fulfill order. Must have experience in Oberlo, must have experience with Shopify Dropshipping, and then that's sort of about it. Pretty simple. And then what you'll do is you'll get a bunch of applicants when you sort of do that job listing, and then you want to go through all your applicants. And what you want to do is you want to jump on a call with all the applicants. So you want to schedule a Skype call with all of them, get their Skype details, and jump on a Skype call with each and every one of them. And you'll probably get say 15 applicants. You jump on calls with say 10 of them, and then after talking to them, you could probably sense that 2 or 3 are quite suitable for the job. And you want to take notes with every applicant, rate them out of 10, take notes on if they have a family, how many hours they can put in, how many other clients they're working with, how much experience they have, and write this all down, because by the end of the day, you want to compare all the 10 people you talk to and find the top 2 or 3.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
And then, so those were the questions you would ask, like everything from experience, how many hours they have, how many clients they're currently working with, are they do they have children, will they have time to commit to this, blah, blah, blah. And then you want to talk about how you're looking for someone long term, because they also want to look for a client that's long term.
Exactly, I see. So, similar to like the YouTube video you made on it.
Exactly. And then after that, eventually you'll find those 2 or 3 that are very, very good based on the talk. And then you want to sort of just hire the best one by intuition just to test out. And you want to sort of do a probation. And not only that, I go ahead and talk about, a lot of people ask me, how do you trust your VA with logins and your credit cards, and what's the solution to that? And I go ahead and sort of just give you guys, don't worry. Here's the steps. What do you do if they go ahead and just order a bunch of things for themselves? And on top of that, another tip I want to ask, use LastPass. So rather than having to give them your password and username, you could use an app called LastPass. We could just share it to them, and then we're using the Chrome app. They log into your account and they can't see your password. So that's an extra bonus tip that I want to give to you guys now. What you'll do is you'll give them access to your AliExpress. So either you could look for some keyword sort of login protector thingy, like those sort of RoboForm or keyword autofill, where you could log in and it can autofill your logins for you. So you could install one of those apps. I don't use one personally, but this is just like another solution. You could install one of those apps, and then you could give it to the VA and be like, hey, log into, say, keyword protector. The password is, Barsin@gmail.com. The password is 123. They log in. When they go to AliExpress, they just select AliExpress and it automatically fills it in, so they don't know your AliExpress username or password. So that's solution number one. Or what I do is I just sort of give them my username and password. My username would be like, say, my email. My password would literally be like customer service 123, AliExpress 123, something generic. So I just change my AliExpress password and I let them just use my AliExpress. Now, I'm not worried of them ordering items to themselves, because as you know, on AliExpress, within the first 24 hours, you just cancel all orders. So if they order a bunch of things for themselves, I just log in and I'll cancel all those orders, and they just lost themselves a long-term client. So most VAs won't do that anyways. So that's why I sort of just give them my login. Now, when it comes to payment, you already have your payment already attached to your AliExpress. If not, you could go to Alipay, and then you could log in with the same AliExpress login. You can actually attach your credit card onto your account. So when VAs pay, all it says is a bunch of asterisks. They can't see your actual credit card number. They can just see the last 4 digits, and that's fine. And they could go ahead and fulfill orders. And obviously, they should know how to sort of use overload, how to troubleshoot. And actually, what you should do on top is, Sima, what you should do, Sima, over the next 1 or 2 days while Barsin's trying to hire a VA, you should record. If you use Mac, you could use QuickTime Screen Recorder. If you use Windows, you could find like some free screen recorder and just record like literally 1 hour of you just fulfilling orders, troubleshooting. You don't need to record any audio, but you can record audio to guide the person through. And you create like a video, training video, basically of you doing what you're doing every day. So killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're fulfilling orders, which you already do normally, plus you get to create a training video, which you could also send to the VAs once you sort of interview them. And then what you want to do is you want to test the first one. If she's good, you could just keep her. If not, say, be like, the 1 week probation's finished. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to sort of hire another applicant that's been interested. I'll let you know if we will successfully hire you by the end of the month. And obviously, since you did do a good job, you won't have to reach out to her, and you'll try again with the second VA. But that's sort of like an in-depth breakdown. I said it very, very fast on how to go ahead and hire a VA for order fulfillment. The same thing can be done for customer service. So you definitely want to re-go over this call and then go over these things, as well as go over all my sort of hiring VA videos on my YouTube channel, because those go in more depth as well. And it looks like Barsin's starting to set up his one product store. He's asked me how to go ahead and what do you test with the new one product store? Like, do you use lookalike audience, blah, blah. So we'll go ahead and address that issue, because a lot of people ask me, when I go ahead and scale to a one product store, what audience do I start with?
Exactly. So I was super confused at this point, so I had to be sure to ask Andy on this topic.
With the Creative 6, that's like our new creative that's been working. Should I just save that for the new product, the new website, the new page, the new pixel and everything?
Yeah, so you should use that for both your current website and the new one product store, because the one product store ideally should work much, much better. But there's always a chance that it doesn't work as well as your current store, because your current store just has so much data. The ad has several million views, and it's just hard for the one product store to compete against your current killer ad. So you want to scale both out basically as drastic as you can. You want to scale out both the general store and your one product store. Now when it comes to pixel, you want to keep the pixel on your general store, and you want to create a brand new pixel for your one product store. Now with your one product store, you could, if this product is strong, you go ahead and reuse all your best performing single interest, as well as you can use all your lookalike audience from your current general pixel. Use the, say, lookalike audience of all your view contents over to the new one product store. Now I'll go over refreshing lookalike audiences. This is something that I don't hear a lot of other gurus talk about. So good question, Barsin, and we go ahead and talk about refreshing lookalike audiences.
Like for example, it says add to cart here. Like this is last update on it with like 1,700, but now it's like 3,000 something. So obviously the 3,000 add to cart should be stronger. So would I just create like a new custom audience of the add to carts and then create the new lookalikes from that as well, and then just use those?
So what I meant by refreshing lookalike audiences, so for example, right now you have, for example, below the view content 180 days worldwide lookalike audience.
Yep.
Below. So you made these set of audience when you had, say, 1,000 view contents, correct?
Yep.
Oh,
and now
you have 43,000. So that means it's much, much stronger.
Yep.
So
And
if you
so
wanted to make
new lookalikes off of this, or do the lookalikes like around here, they just update by themselves accordingly to this?
So you'll have to make new ones. I found out making new ones actually you get better results because, as you know, you've probably turned off a lot of view content lookalike audience because they stopped performing. But what you can actually do is you can go ahead and relaunch these lookalike audience. You would delete, because if you go ahead and create lookalike audiences now for worldwide, it will say you already have existing view content worldwide lookalike audiences. You have to delete them all.
Yeah, sorry. It said that to me earlier. It didn't let me make it because it said I already had had that audience. Yeah.
So you have to delete all the current worldwide view content lookalike audiences to redo them. And the reason I said you don't want to do it if you have current ad sets that utilize them is because if you delete these custom audience, those ad sets will turn off.
Okay, so at this point, should I basically just not do that since there's no point because I already have some of them from view content and 95% that are still working really good?
Exactly. And have you touched the add to cart lookalike audiences yet?
I actually launched them like a week ago, and we've had like a couple ad sets that have been doing really good.
Okay.
But yeah.
Which custom audience have you been doing for? Did you do add to cart no purchase? Did you do lookalike audience on that?
No. I did a lookalike on just the add to carts about like a week ago when it hit just about 1,000, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. And then you could go ahead and same formula worldwide, and then go to those individual top performing countries, and then repeat the process of initiate checkout and then purchase, and then you can redo the whole process again from the beginning and refresh your say 95% view lookalike
when
audiences.
they kind of just die out, right?
Exactly. And then as you're collecting data, you can use these lookalike audiences to drive data to your one product store. So your one product store will have its own set of view content, add to cart, and initiate checkouts, and that's how you double up. And on top of that, you have Creative 6 that literally doubles up on the amount of lookalike audiences you can have with video views. Also, you haven't tested like say 75%, 50%. Those still perform well, as well as top time spent by 25%, top 10% time spent. A lot of lookalike audiences.
Yeah, exactly. And I just had another question. Should I launch the initiate checkout lookalike now, like today? I haven't done it before.
How far have you went into add to cart?
Sorry. How far did I went for add to cart?
How far did you go into add to cart? Did you just launch worldwide?
Yeah, I just launched worldwide.
So maybe do say your top 5 individual countries for add to cart first, and then do initiate checkout after.
Okay, brilliant. And one more question was,
the longer you wait, the better.
Yeah,
exactly. Collect more data.
Yeah, and with my new website and stuff, should I do the ads on the same ad account since it's like already spent a lot of money in it, so I can still spend money on that, or should I have a new ad account for that?
Usually, I want to like diversify and do it on a second ad account. But right now, your current ad account is very primed. Actually, diversify, because if your ad account for whatever reason shuts down, it's gonna feel like hell. So I think maybe diversify, advertise your one product store on another ad account, use a different credit card, and make it completely separate, and really diversify so that if one store, whatever issues from ad account to Shopify gets shut down, you'll still have the other one.
Exactly. And with use new credit card, should I basically just get my mom to get another credit card?
Or you could ask your mom to use the same credit card, but go to your bank account, ask for an additional card holder where they give you a new credit card for the same account, but it's just like different numbers, and that works as well. So that's a cool trick. And that was a whole 10 weeks journey with Barsin, and here their sort of final thoughts and how they felt, their reaction by the end of the 10 weeks. I'm very excited to hear what their thoughts were. Do you remember your thoughts, Barsin, by any chance?
I can't remember exactly, but what I can think of is basically I just enjoyed the course so much. Like it literally took me from 0 to 100k in 30 days. Like what more can I ask for?
Yeah, bro, it's been like crazy. I think roughly from what I can remember, I think we joined around 10 and then to now. So like
that's pretty crazy. And what's the profit margin? 20%?
Yeah, 20%. Sometimes it's a bit lower, sometimes it's a bit higher, but the average is 20%.
Got it. We'll find ways to increase your conversion rate as well. Lots of things to do, but dude, you guys have been killing it. I hope you guys have been able to get a lot of value from this 10-week program.
One of the most things was very good, especially for Barsin, it was a confidence he got during these sessions.
That sort of, I totally understand what I was going through on my own. Not too sure with a lot of things. I wasn't too sure if I was doing the right thing. And I think, just having someone to guide, like having a mentor, really helps you just streamline and go in and run in a straight line as fast as possible.
Bro.
Yeah,
man. So we really enjoyed the 10-week program. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome, guys. That was the last 10 weeks of your first sort of phase of your e-commerce journey. A lot has changed now. You're a completely different person. You look different. You've grown so much. This ended on the 9th of Jan, so it's been roughly actually more than 6 months. And now you're really deep into e-commerce. Like I think even though you've hit 100k days, you are still like the version of you now is like you're so much more experienced. There's so much more confidence. You're grinding every day. You're very like into this now. But that's sort of my thoughts. But I don't know. I'm just rambling a bunch of things. What's your experience been filming this series and looking back at everything, Barsin?
Yeah, it's been crazy because this was actually a long time ago, like almost 8 months now. And back then, like I was still a newbie. I've only been in dropshipping for like 3 or 4 months then, and that 3 or 4 months before I met you was like the newbie stage, basically knows nothing. And then this the whole like 1 month program, that definitely changed like my whole perspective on dropshipping. Like I learned a lot more, and after that 1 month I came out like a new person. And then since then I just been able to like replicate what I've been doing. And yeah, I mean, like in general, dropshipping just matured me a lot. Like I was actually a totally different person 8 months ago compared to how I am now. So it's just crazy to look back on.
Yeah, you're definitely way more mature. You're way more confident. And like, even though, you're looking for that next big winner, you found a bunch of small winners over the past few months. You definitely, I think, hitting those big K dates, like even though you're probably doing more, but with like smaller numbers over a long period of time, right now you have just a way stronger foundation. You know that this is something that you can really live off. Whereas back then it was sort of, you found one winning product, you scaled it up, and then it crashed, and then it was like, who knows what's the next plan. But right now you're just very steady and you have a super strong foundation, and I'm very happy to see that.
Exactly, because this happened to me and I see it happen to like a lot of people. Like their first winning product is usually by luck. It's not actually skill. They don't know how to do product research correctly. It was pure luck. And then like I went through a phase, I think it was like 2 or 3 months after, like since the day I like finished with that winning product, I went through like 2 or 3 months without finding another winner. And that was like, that phase taught me a lot. That phase really like made my product research go to the next level. Like that phase genuinely just taught me so much stuff. And it was like a down time, like I was down because, 2-3 months not making any money just after going off, like making 100k revenue in 30 days was bad, but that definitely taught me a lot. And I just see it on Instagram too. There's a lot of people who get lucky with their first winning product, but they don't actually have the skill to just keep going after that. But that was me. And then I just kept repeating what I was doing, and then I finally cracked it, and now I'm just like continuing what I'm doing.
Exactly. Tell me about that, because I know a lot of people, they find a winning product, they scale it to the moon, they do like 2, 3, 4, 5k days, and once the product dies, like since their normal has been, the bar has been set so high, when they go back to doing $50, $100 days, they're just depressed. So it must have been a tough 2 months. Like you were killing it. Like, tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so basically, as you said, I was killing it for a month, and literally straight after I don't even know if I was hitting like 200 days, like $200 days. And like, yeah, that was really emotionally tough. But then that taught me a lot in terms of, like I had to really work hard. Like like when I had that winning product, to be honest, I wasn't working hard. I like had a winning product and it would take me like 20 minutes on the ads manager every day. And then the rest of it, I'll be going out with friends or doing whatever. But then after that, like it was a wake up call that, you know, you need to keep working hard and everything. And that's like what shaped me to why I'm today. Like I'm working hard every single day, like putting in hours. And yeah, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for those 2 to 3 months that really tore me apart straight after that winter.
Exactly. That 2 to 3 months definitely made you grow so much. And that's sort of why you're very secure now, because you have a strong foundation. Like, tell me about like what's your hit right now? Like, how confident are you when it comes to finding winning products? Like, are you scared of ever like going broke with e-commerce? Like, what's your mentality now and confidence now?
Yeah, I'm a lot more confident, and like I've got the entrepreneur mentality. Like I'd risk it all just to like grow more. And yeah, basically it's still baby numbers, but since then I've opened like 3 or 4 more stores, and each store has touched 6 figures since then. So I've just really replicated my success. But this time it wasn't just getting lucky by like one winner. I've had like 2 to 3 winners over the course of each store, and my new store I'm planning on really keeping that for a long time. But yeah, definitely just grown a lot from that 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, because it's so easy to scale, and like people think entrepreneurship is easy, and that definitely happens when you do dropshipping, where you make a bunch of money very easily. But then when you go through the grind, you're like, wow, this is much more tougher than I thought. I got unlucky where my first winner was like 70 products in. So like by the time I found my first winner, I had like a solid foundation, got burning through 70 products. But when people find their first winner within the first 20, 30, like first 10 products, it's scary, because I know like when that product dies, I don't know if they'll be able to like maintain like their confidence and sanity. But Barsin, you pushed through it, you're still killing it now. You went from 0 to 100k, now you've done multi 6 figures, and you've been an amazing student, and I've been super happy and proud to just see your whole journey and see you grow over the last year, man.
Yeah, I've been so lucky to work with Andy, because if I didn't stumble across Andy in December, I don't know, I still might be a newbie to this day. So I was just so lucky with that, and thank you so much, Andy. This program was honestly amazing.
Thank you, Barsin. So yeah, that's the end of this series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like, I've seen no one do a YouTube series like this. It was so transparent. We gave you guys so much value completely for free. This is stuff that Barsin had to pay for, and you guys get completely for free. So all I ask, in the links below, give Barsin a follow on Instagram, give him a subscribe on his new YouTube channel, do the same thing for me. Me and my editor are going to work very hard to put this together. What you guys are watching, this is probably like months after when me and Barsin are filming this now, because we're going to put in a lot of production into this. So yeah, thank you so much for doing this, Barsin. I really appreciate your time. And yeah, that's the whole 11 episodes or 10 episodes of taking Barsin from 0 to 130k.
That's right. Thank you so much, Andy.
All right, peace guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next series, more value. And yeah, be sure to click the links below.